Hi, Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah is the Jewish New Year. It's right upon us now. And one of the, I guess you'd call it the signature, one of the signature foods, one of the signature moments of the Jewish New Year that most of us know about is apple and honey. Right? We take apple and dip it in the honey, and it's a symbol that we should have a sweet New Year. So I was trying to think what would be an appropriate recipe. What would be an appropriate recipe for Rosh Hashanah? Apples and honey came to my mind, but what are you going to do with apples and honey? So I decided I'm going to make apple and honey liqueur. And between you and me, before today, I'd never made it before. I never thought about it before, but I tried it. It's very good, and we're going to try it together now. So now we're going to make apple and honey liqueur, something that's healthy, something that's not, healthy as liqueur is, if you alcohol, but natural and really simple to make. Okay, so what are we going to do? How are we going to start out? We're going to start out with the base. What's the base? The base that I'm going to use for this is apple juice concentrate. This is pure apple juice concentrate. You can get it in Israel. You can probably get it anywhere, right? 100% pure apple juice concentrate. And we're going to put in a half a cup. Half a cup of pure apple juice concentrate. Pour it in. Right, it's beautiful stuff, really. It's very pure apple juice concentrate. I used to cook in a macrobiotic restaurant in Jerusalem, and the only sweeteners that the owner would use, she would use only these pure concentrates, either apple juice or pear juice. Very yummy, very natural. Okay, and the other part of our base is going to be soy milk. I'm going to use soy milk. This is the soy milk that's locally available. You can use probably any soy milk. And so how much soy milk? We're going to use 1.5 cups. For this recipe, we're going to use 1.5 cups of soy milk. This is an 8-ounce cup. Put in a cup. There's a cup. Another half of soy milk. Very interesting. I eye it. You can measure it. Probably better off measuring it, but I like to eye it. Now I'm going to mix this together. Very interesting thing happens when you mix this soy milk with the apple juice concentrate. Because when you mix apple juice concentrate with water, even if it's a lot of apple juice concentrate, it doesn't usually, it doesn't thicken the water. If the water is thick already, you're in trouble. But for this it does. See, I'm going to mix the soy milk with the apple juice concentrate, and the soy milk has a milky consistency when you first start with it. But when you mix it up fully with the apple juice concentrate, it takes on this sort of a very thick, creamy consistency, which is very interesting. I've noticed this before in different recipes I've made, never for this, but that makes it a perfect base because you want your liqueur to have thickness. It should have some sort of a thickness to it. Okay, so this is the base. Now, so far you have the apples. Now you might ask, where's the honey, right? Where's the honey? So what we're going to do for the honey, the other part of any good liqueur is vodka, right? The better the vodka, the better liqueur. And now we're going to put in a half a cup of vodka. Half a cup of vodka, right? This is good vodka. You can make it stronger, you can make it weaker, depending on your particular taste. The way I'm making it, is that it has a bite. You can taste a little bit of liqueur in it, but it's not overwhelming. It's more just a sweet, fruity, pleasant type of a taste, more or less, depending on how you like it. Okay, so I'm taking that and taking a half a cup of vodka. Now what you have to do is part of combining ingredients is you have to put them in together in a way that they're going to, how should I say it, they're going to work out. In other words, if I just took the honey and I stuck it into here, it would be very, very hard for me to dissolve the honey. I don't know why. Maybe it's the thickness of this mixture here. Maybe it's the slight fat content of the soy milk. But it really would not, dissolve very easily. But when you take it and put it in a very, I don't know what the word is, a pure liquid like water or vodka in this case, it dissolves very nicely. So I'm putting in, pardon my spilling. With honey, there's always going to be spilling, which isn't thrilling, but we're going to try it together because we're all friends. Now we're putting it in, and we're putting in the half a cup of pure honey, right? Again, the better the honey, the better the drink. Now how am I going to mix it up? I'm going to give it a shake, right? We're shaking up the vodka with the honey. You see that it's all little by little becoming one, right? That's one theme from Rosh Hashanah, is we all try to become one. We all try to be unified because God loves it when people are unified and get along with each other, and that's the way to get a blessing for a sweet year. But now we're unifying, so to speak, the honey and the vodka, and now we are pouring it into the mixture of the soy milk and the apple juice concentrates. Now you have your honey. You have your honey, and you have your apple, and you have your liqueur. And that's basically the whole story. The only thing it's amazing how easy it is, isn't it? And it's really good. Basically the whole story, I just thought of it today. And it's basically the whole story, but what I want to do is I want to put a pinch of salt in. This happens to be Himalaya salt, is what I like to use. I was told by a nutritionist it's good for me. Why do I put this in? Because without this, you're going to have basically just a pure sweet flavor. But if you put in a little bit of salt, I don't know what you want to call it. It makes the flavor a little more complex. It makes it a little more rich, so to speak. Almost anything sweet can benefit from a little bit of salt. I'm going to put that in. And then the only other thing that we could do, it's really optional here, is if you like, the traditional American anyway idea is apples, like apple pie, right? It has cinnamon in it. So if you want to put a little cinnamon in, that's totally optional. You can sprinkle a little in, or what I have here is just some pure cinnamon sticks, fresh sticks, and just scrape a little bit in. Again, gives it a little bit more of a complex taste, and it's really, really delicious. And it's really, really simple. You saw that it's like nothing to make, and it's something that's going to... I'm not into impress your guests. I'm not impress. Give honor to the holiday. Enjoy yourself, right? Holidays are to enjoy yourselves, and especially in Rosh Hashanah. People get Rosh Hashanah wrong. They think it's a time, it's like a scary time. We're being judged, and it's this and that. And okay, there's that aspect to it. But the main thing is we have to rejoice because God loves us more than we can ever think. The more that we could possibly love the person that we love the most in the world, parent to a child to a parent, spouses, anything like that. God loves the worst person, more than we could even possibly love the best person. So nothing really to worry about. Just try your best. You have to try your best. So now, what do we have here? We're going to cant it, right? I guess this is a decanter. So I guess the word is when you were going to put it into a decanter, you cant it. I'm really praying that this goes well. The honey didn't go so perfectly. Right? I'm going to cant the liqueur in the decanter. Right now it's been canted, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful drink. Simple, and God willing, we should all have a happy and a good and a sweet New Year. They said the traditional blessing is that you should have a good and sweet year. So there's a traditional Hasidic interpretation, like why does it say a good and a sweet year? Just say have a good year. Because we have a belief that everything that God does for us is for our ultimate good. There's nothing, He only is good and He only does good for us. But the only problem is that we have a limited human intellect. So a lot of the times the things that we only see short term, we don't see long term, we don't see ultimate. And a lot of the steps along the way are could be very, very difficult to get us to where we need to go to reach our assigned task in this lifetime, because we all have one. And God can do it in many different ways. And He can do it in a way we bless each other now, that not only does God give us the good that He's going to give us over the coming year in the best, that's good, but it should be in a way that's also sweet. Sweet meaning that we can taste it also, we can enjoy it also. So with that, I wish you all a happy and a sweet New Year, and we'll make a l'chaim together. That didn't go so well either, but we're going to have, our cup should runneth over, right, with blessing. And we're going to make a beautiful l'chaim together. And I say l'chaim, shana tov, matuka, a happy and a sweet New Year to us all.